This is going to be a thing, isn't it?
It might be. We'll see.
Oh, I 100% guarantee that your hat's got a mind of its own. You know how Medusa of the Inhumans has her hair that she controls also a red. Thank you, John Romita. Well, Jack Kirby, really. Actually, I think Stan really had the thing for redheads. Yeah, but your hat has a mind of its own.
What does it represent? Yo.
I was gonna write you an email, but I'm a little drunk and spelling is a sober person's game. So I feel I owe you an explanation. I'm sorry. Explanation.
I never think about playing my guitar. I should just bring my amp up and make it a little louder.
And I need to get a keyboard or a guitar.
You know how obnoxious violin players are about other instruments?
Yes.
You know, and yes. It's worse with guitars and guitarists and guitars, from what I've understood. I always thought they looked kind of cool, but I cannot play a keyboard and say, I mean, I can plink out, plink, 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 but I can't play chords. I'm in awe of people who move their hands separately when they're
separately doing different things, but together.
As if they, yes, and making music. I can't do it, and I blame playing the violin because this hand just did this. You know, this hand just did this. So. Oh, please snort.
I wasn't drinking.
Slancha.
I'm Skull.
All right. Well, I'm going to start. Welcome back, my fellow agents and our hellions. It is I, X7, we'll just say agent of animated awesome and master of musical mayhem, as I say on 7 Song Friday. With me, as always, is the Dr. Doom to my Lex Luthor, the Dr. Sivana to my, I'm running out of more doctors, to my Dr. Xavier, Lilith Draco, who's not bald or scarred.
Hi, welcome back.
I really had more better ones writing down. Unfortunately,
well,
reading my writing is a sober person's game.
I've noticed you make me the more evil one when.
No, I said Lex Luthor and Dr. Doom. There's people now. There are fans now that try to make them good guys. Now, Dr. Sivana is just evil, but you don't even know who Dr. Sivana is, do you?
No, that's fine. I could be the more evil one.
Dr. Sivana was the nemesis of the Big Red Cheese, the original Captain Marvel, and you don't want to get me started on that right now. We got other shit to talk about. God.
We have shit to talk about that has nothing to do with comic books.
Everything has everything to do with comic books.
No. Or dinosaurs. This has nothing to do with dinosaurs.
Oh, I promise you it does.
You will no.
And semi-giant monsters. Are you going to challenge me on this?
I'm trying to think of the movies that he's in that would have semi-giant monsters.
It's not a movie, it's a TV show. Mwahaha.
Does he voice it?
Bingo! And he was also in the Phantom 2040, so superheroes.
Son of a bitch.
these hands are not up milking giant cows.
But before we get going, I have recently come across a couple fossils that I would like to share with you.
Fossils? Fossils?
Yes.
Isn't fossil a fun word to say? Fossil.
Fossil.
It's like waffle or schnapps, if you're Penny.
So first, I've got this Orthoceras.
What the hell is that thing? Orthoceras. Something about a face.
It is extinct cephalopod.
Oh, very cool. We like cephalopods. I have
Isn't
one
that
right.
cool?
I have a cephalopod right here.
Nice. What is a cephalopod?
Oh, what?
Whatever.
A cephalopod means head, foot. It's
Okay.
a version. It's an octopus, a squid, a nautilus. They're members of the mollusk family, which include clams and oysters and stuff like that that are sometimes yummy to eat, sometimes not. If you're Lilith, sometimes never.
Right. So this is super cool, but
Where
the
did you get?
one
Where did you get that?
came from a store in Las Vegas.
Okay. Viva.
So the second one is even better, and I don't think I need to explain exactly what it is because I think people will know.
Oh, I'm gonna make you explain it. I'm gonna make you explain it.
It is a coprolite.
Okay, maybe you don't have to explain it.
Coprolite is fossilized poo.
She said we had shit to do.
This is shit that we're doing. I have some fossilized poo, and what makes it better is the shape of the fossilized poo.
Amanda Bright. What shape is it?
It's like squeezed out of a bumhole.
Well, all of it, but what kind is
But
it?
it looks like poo. Like you see this and you're like, ooh, that's some shit on the ground.
And what's it from?
It doesn't say.
It would if we could read all the kanji. Just says copper.
It's coprolite, and it explains what coprolite is, but it's poo fossilized. So now I have some fossilized poo.
You can,
Not dinosaur poo, probably. No. I still need to find some of that, but
dinosaur poo is very rare because it's so old. More than likely, it's from the Eocene, the giant mammal period.
But, ancient animal.
Yeah, ancient animal. You can call it dinosaur poo because nobody can prove it's not. I bet it's Pachycephalosaurus poo.
It's Pachycephalosaurus poo.
Packy poo.
That if I open it up, I can actually put my fingers on Packy poo.
We got the Bodhi crown. Pachycephalosaurus.
Anyway, I just wanted to share my new fossils.
And
we know how much I've wanted coprolite. I still want more coprolite. I want a shelf of poo.
Well, they do have coprolites at Dinosaur Ridge.
Nice.
So since someone still needs a birthday present because someone else is lame, and my sister wants to go to Dinosaur Ridge, and I have to try to be quiet the whole time. You know how well. You're
not going to.
You know how well that works.
Yeah. It doesn't. People, it doesn't.
So Lilith, two things before we get started too much longer. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. We'd really appreciate it. If you have ideas about coprolites and where to get them or where to find them or how to make them. No, don't tell us how to make them. Leave a comment.
I think we know.
And watch as long as you possibly can stand us. We're really awesome and we're incredibly funny. If you don't watch through the whole end, well, you'll just never know now, will you? And the second thing, well, Lilith, to address the third thing, Lilith really is the more evil of the two of us. So the second thing,
Why?
because you said so. I have proof. What you drinking tonight, Lilith?
Tonight I am sip of
Tossing her
water.
straw.
I am
She's tossing her
drinking
straw.
a Roadhouse Brewing Company. It's a West Coast style IPA called Wilson.
Is he alone on an island with Tom Hanks?
Probably that poor ball. It is, I think it's a 7.2. So a little, well, not bad. I don't know if I'd get it again. It's pretty, not bitter.
And we know how Lilith likes her bitter.
But the can's fun.
Yes.
Then the main reason I got it is my liquor store in the 1800s had a bad week
Lame. It's
and
lame.
there wasn't a lot of selection, so whatever.
Me, I'm drinking a standby here, a regular standby. It's called Dragon's Milk from New Hope.
Oh,
think it's
I
from
saw
New-
that at my liquor store.
It's super tasty. You would hate it. 100%.
I would.
It's 11%. So my beer is kicking your beer's ass. But it's super tasty. It's one of my go-tos because you can get it across the street here in the 21st century. In like 3 places within walking distance.
Here in the 1800s, you can't buy anything in the grocery store that's over like 4.2.
Oh, jeez.
So
Oh,
there's no
cars!
reason.
Whee! Miller Genuine Draft, my beloved brother's. Well, he likes those European style beers, which are not super strong.
Something wrong with your brother.
He also likes moonshine, and he sent me some, and that was super good. Holy crap.
Okay, well, maybe he's not so low on the list.
And he did manage to send it through the mail, so it was a little bitty thing.
Oh, he sent that through the mail, but you can get stuff like that in Colorado. Here in
Well-
the 1800s, it's illegal.
It's also not carbonated and won't explode.
Oh, well,
Explodation. I mean,
okay, but there's like wine companies where you can do like a monthly thing, but they
Right.
will not ship to the 1800s because
Okay, well,
they don't allow that here.
I've got a lot of swear words for your stupid,
I do
that
too.
stupid state.
Why am I still here? I don't know.
No.
The dinosaurs. Let's be real.
If someone in this conversation is a dinosaur, who do you suppose it is? Look, I have a Korean dinosaur right here.
Godzilla.
No, this is Yongari.
Oh,
Look, he's got a horn.
Godzilla's Chinese.
He-
Japanese.
You're just coitusing with me now. Chinese.
I've got Godzilla pictures in my bathroom. One
You-
says
He's in there
one
one by.
says flush, one says wash, and another says wipe. I don't remember, but
I have a T-Rex toilet paper holder.
you win.
Well, thank you, Agent. Thank you, Dr. Thunder. Tron herself. I got her back though. I sent her the coprolites aren't my favorite fossil, but they're a solid number 2. Whoa, I brought that right back to the coprolites. Sheer genius.
That's awesome. I'm always down for the copper lights.
I should have said,
Hey,
you're always down for the coprolites. Totally not in. That's totally not my bag, baby.
the fossilized ones.
Okay, very good.
I don't want the hot steamy ones. We're way off topic.
So far off topic. I kind of feel sorry for our topic at this point in time.
our topic tonight is there is for years has been this meme that has gone around social media. And it's
Are you putting it on the screen? One of these two places.
so it's the meme that says you can tell a lot about somebody where they know Tim Curry from. So I love that meme because I think that is true because he has been so many different types of characters. It will show kind of your personality of where you know him from. I take the meme as if you see Tim Curry or hear his name, what is the first movie you think of versus when you were first introduced? I think where you see him first, like in your mind, says more about you than when you were actually introduced.
You did this on purpose.
I did not, but it explains a lot about me. It explains a lot about me.
You want to go first then?
Well, before we get into that, I have some notes because at this point, if people haven't figured out, I like to take notes.
She's the note-taking queen. She's the knight of note-takers.
I like to know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give false information.
As opposed to someone who just wings it all the time.
You wing it every time. I don't know how you don't have notes.
Because I'm a genius. I keep telling you.
No.
Super genius.
Also probably why you mess things up sometimes here and there.
It's going to happen. Find me someone who says he's perfect and then we'll nail him to a tree again.
He'll rise after 3 days, so he doesn't give up anything but a weekend.
Brains. Brains. I don't like zombies.
I am okay with zombies. Not my favorite, but I watched The Walking Dead. I'll watch stuff, but
Likes are vampires, though. Sparkly.
I do not the sparkly bullshit ones. I have to clarify that. The ugly, gruesome, bloodthirsty ones.
Did you see the new Nosferatu movie?
No, but I really want to.
I've
seen stills from it, and I really want to watch it.
I've heard it. One of my coworkers really liked it, but she really likes Skarsgård the Junior, not the one from the Thor movies.
There's a lot of Skarsgårds. It's like a family of 10 Skarsgårds.
At least.
So,
but the guy
I do like them.
He's the guy that makes his eyes do weird things naturally. So
they all have such a different look and can do crazy things.
Yeah, but she recommended it, so you probably enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see it in theater, so I'm just waiting for it to be free on a streaming app. Because I don't like paying for Prime and then now having to watch commercials even though I pay for Prime, and then having to rent or buy on Prime after I've already paid them and go through the commercials. And there's my Prime rant.
Didn't know you were going to get one of those, did ya?
All right, so a little back history on Tim Curry before we get into our stuff. He was born April 19th, 1946. Huh?
Aries.
Yes. In Grappenhall, Cheshire, New England. Or not New England. Jesus Christ.
Who are you swearing by? Who?
Some of our viewers may not like that. Grappenhall, Cheshire, England. Not trying to offend.
Oh, you're worried about that now?
Not really. His nickname was the Cheshire Cat.
Look at that smile. Look at this smile.
Oh, yeah.
Good looking man. Good looking man.
he's unusual. I don't know if I'd say he's a good-looking man. He's unusual, but he has the personality that makes one drawn to him.
Yeah. I mean, charisma.
He's
What-
no Thor.
He's what? He's not who?
He's no Thor. Thor. No one is.
Yeah, no one is. Thor isn't Thor. That guy, Thor should have red hair and a beard and a pot belly.
That's not even my like guy, but it just came out. I'm a Gerard Butler fan.
Oh, I was thinking, I went to Gerard Depardieu, and that's not the same guy at all. Who's
No.
Gerard? What's Gerard Butler been in? I know. I can.
Okay,
look.
so I started liking Gerard Butler when he played the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera. However, that's not where he got famous. And he did movies before that, some of them
Boys from
in
Glasgow.
Scotland. So he's from Scotland.
Yeah.
I love it when he actually has his
Oh,
real accent. He
I've
was
seen
in
it Ring of Fire.
300 as King Leonidas.
Yeah,
That's when he got really famous.
that's not too gay a movie at all, is it?
It was for the ladies who like the men.
And the
We
men who
get
like
to see
the men.
his perfect little bum in the
He was-
movie.
I saw him in Reign of Fire. With about dragons.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
How to Train Your Dragon, which I watched. I
Yes.
slept a lot when we were hung over in Vernal.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, I get.
Anyway,
He's yeah. Okay, we digress yet again.
anyway, we can have. I wouldn't be against having an episode dedicated to him.
Okay. Well, I've only seen
Maybe
two of his
like an
movies,
episode of our top 5 favorite actors.
or our top 5 list, maybe.
Our list. I was about to say that. I wanted you to say our
Do not-
list. We could talk about our list because he is like number 1.
Do not laminate that list.
No, because it does change.
Oh,
Okay.
Isabella Rossellini.
So,
Because she looks just like her mom, and Ingrid Bergman is in Casablanca, you know.
yes.
But
Right.
that's a banned movie.
It
Banned.
is not.
It's so banned.
It is not. Tim
Trish-
Curry's
Trish-
first.
Go ahead.
So Tim Curry studied drama and English at Birmingham University, and he graduated with combined honors,
Ooh,
which takes, I'm sure, a lot of work to do that. His first professional role was in the London production of Hair, followed by work in the Royal Shakespeare Company and the Glasgow Citizens Repertory Company and the Royal Court Theatre. And that's where he created the role of Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Show, which he recreated that character in Los Angeles and Broadway productions, and starred in the screen version titled The Rocky Horror Picture Show, which came out in 1975. And he's done several movies, several voice acting, until he had a major stroke in July of 2012, which was very hard on his fans. It's really hard to see pictures of him that way, but I do know that after several years of recovery, he has started acting and doing voice acting. He did voice acting through that, but he started acting again. And I think his first role back is a horror movie called Stream. I don't know about Stream, but that's what my notes say.
Okay. I'm glad he's voice acting again, at least.
Yeah.
Because that voice, I mean, I think
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
good look. I think he's a good looking. He's an unusual. You are right. He's an unusual looking guy. But when you put all that, well, we'll get into that, I'm sure, and that'll say way. Whoa, that'll probably say way too much about me. Sure, you did this on purpose. This is Wreck-It Ralph all over again.
Yes. So my question then is, do you have any other facts about his backstory?
Well, he's a phenomenal voice, and interestingly enough, I didn't ever see him. I heard him because he had at least a semi-hit single called "I Do the Rock" in sometime in the late 70s, and it's a very fun song. It's filled with very topical references at the time. Actually, it might be even in the late 80s or in the early 80s. I remember hearing it, but didn't know who it was from. And then when I was starting listening to Dr. Demento, who played novelty songs, introduced the world to Weird Al Yankovic. Blessed be Dr. Demento. But he would play the Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and of course, Sweet Transvestite. But I didn't know anything about it because it was 79 and 1980, and I was somewhat young and naive agent at the time. And, it kind of, the things he would hear would be like, is that weird? Is that normal? And I did love the musical Hair, especially the off-Broadway production. But he's been in so much stuff that I never, voicing over.
Right.
And things that, he's just amazing. I don't have much more other than that he's had a prolific musical career because of, probably due to his voice. I mean,
right.
And his once in a lifetime performance. When I finally saw Rocky Horror, which wasn't until 1984, almost 10 years after it was released. And that was my idea. And I knew the woman I went with, it was a date. I knew she would be down for it because she was cool.
Right.
Really, really, really cool. Your agent was dumb. But be that as it may, he's just been in so many things. And he also seems like a really decent person. There's no scandals. There's no, you can't hold him accountable for appearing in Home Alone 2 or any Home Alone movie with the shit stain that is in it. So you can't hold him accountable for that because nobody knew. Right. But he's just, you don't hear stuff about him, and he just is this guy. He's just this person who's, it just seems, I would love to talk to him if I could. Just to.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but he's been in so much stuff that I've seen and didn't realize I've seen.
Yeah.
Looking over there, I knew he was in Legend, even though you can't recognize him. But that voice, even though it's, he get to work with the Muppets. Come on. I want to work with the Muppets.
So when you see a picture of him or you hear somebody mention Tim Curry, what is the first movie that your mind goes to with him? Like, what is that first visual thought?
It's Rocky Horror, because that's where I really, and he was, I don't even know. He's 78, so he was, how old was he then? 46, 75, 30 years old, 31 years old. Young man. Yeah. Especially now that I'm headed for a certain vintage.
Right.
Young, and it's just his, as far as people of my vintage, that's his defining performance. And he's a great actor, but that it's iconic. It's literally, I have the Blu-ray, and he's just like, it's an iconic performance. And he played into it, and he, obviously originated the role, for the for the play, the musical across, and and they put him in the movie because who else are they going to do? And
As somebody who's never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, and even though that's not my first go-to, that is his character, and I know that's his big character. And I see him in that, even though I haven't actually seen the movie. So that says what kind of a character that was for him. I mean, he even created that character. Like, that was his character. And I know it even though I haven't seen it.
The guy that has done it since then, Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was also in the Folgers commercials. But if you don't know,
they redid it.
Well, yeah, I mean he's done it in plays. No one's gonna, if they have any brains, they'll never try to make another movie about it, because that's not gonna. That's just, I mean, that's just dumb.
Right.
But they do plays. The musicals continue all the time.
Right.
So.
So what do you think that says about you if that's your first go-to with Tim Curry?
Well, and that was probably when I started hearing that was 78, 79. So I was still a young agent and still figuring things out. But when I saw the movie, by the time I saw the movie, I didn't care what people, I didn't, whatever you like, whatever you, I mean,
right.
Well, I don't want to spoil it in case we ever watch it.
Oh, we're going to watch it, but.
And that one we can watch. It's not bad.
That is one that I do want to watch, but I'm not going to watch it until I'm with you.
Okay.
I think it'll be better watching with you.
And maybe we'll watch it with Mom. That'll be fun.
That will be fun too.
Now, you promise you won't fall asleep?
I promise. Let's not do a drinking through Boulder before, and okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you would be. So my thought is that, the character Frank-N-Furter is very, well, he's a little extreme. Mm-hmm. And I think extremism in anything is not a good thing. But as far as, what they choose in life, I don't care. I mean, you go to the bathroom, nobody wants to look at anyone else in the bathroom. I've been in a bathroom with women because they've gone in, because it's been at a concert and the women's line is out there and they have to pee. And if they had to squat in a trough where the guys are, I don't care. You got to pee. No one wants to see that. And if you do, that says more. Anyway, I mean, I like the music. It's an homage and sort of semi-parody to Frankenstein movies, even King Kong. And it's funny, and there's endless quotable lines. So I mean, it's entertaining. And I remember the first time I saw it, my date got food poisoning.
Nice.
The next day. But it was just like, okay, it's, people try to be so different, and yet all the people there do the same things. So yeah. It's like you just want to fit in somewhere, and I don't blame people for that. And if Frank gives them the opportunity and the courage to go out and be themselves, then more power to them. Don't just dream it, be it.
Be it.
Woohoo!
Yeah, nice.
I'm still glad I'm wearing these glasses. So stop it. That's twice now. Wow. His theater accolades include 3 Tony Award nominations and 2 Laurence Olivier Award nominations. And you know what movie Laurence Olivier was in, don't you?
Casablanca.
Find and fulfill your destiny, Perseus. Because I've heard that a gazillion times since 1978. Well, 1982, 81, whenever it was out. I didn't know that he was in The Hunt for Red October, which I've seen a whole one time. And
Was
the Three
he? Wow.
Yeah, he was. I know he was Cardinal Richelieu in the Three Musketeers, and
Yep, I have that in my notes.
it's gross. Trish loved that movie. I did not like it.
It was okay.
It was a dude movie.
It was.
I don't remember him
Sausage
being
fest.
in Charlie's Angels or Congo.
Huh.
I saw Congo for the. No, I did not see Congo. That was not the right time. I did see Charlie's Angels, and that was worth it, even for the benefit that Leonard got.
Yeah.
Well, what is yours, Lilith? Where did you meet Tim Curry?
So I actually met Tim Curry from one movie, but it's not the movie my mind always goes to. So the first movie I've met Tim Curry was in 1982 when he was Rooster in Annie.
Oh, jeez.
But that's not where my mind goes.
I've watched
I
that
always
all one time, and it took forever because it was on network television and the commercials. It's a hard knock life to watch that movie.
So I've watched that movie a lot. Now, growing up as a ginger, my parents really tried to make me okay with being ginger, even though in my family I was the only one with red hair. And gingers are made fun of, and I think they knew that. And so any dolls, Barbies, anything like that, they always had red hair. I think that was sweet on my parents' part to try and build up my confidence that way. So Annie was one of those things that I watched over and over. Because when you're, huh?
Isn't Rizzo a ginger in Grease? No, well, Frenchie dyed her hair pink.
Frenchie.
So that doesn't count.
Yes.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. So that's the first thing that I actually saw him in. One of the other movies that I go to, not my first, but one of the other movies I go to is Clue, which came out in 1985. And I love that movie because I love that game. That is my game. I don't remember the last time I lost to that game. I have down-packed a strategy that I win that game every goddamn time.
Wait, you did what? A strategy?
I have created my own strategy. I have my strategy.
That's not what you said, but that's okay.
What did I say?
Down packed.
I have it down packed. I do.
Oh,
I have my strategy down packed.
I misunderstood what you said. My awesome hearing did not. I grasped a whole different thing.
I even have a version of, why am I oversharing? I have a version of Clue that is Star Wars. It's multi-level.
Not knowing when to stop talking.
It's my thing sometimes. And I dominate that one too. Like, I've just figured out how to play Clue and no one's going to beat me.
You know,
I get nervous sometimes, but I know how to do it. So I love the movie because it's just fun. It's hilarious. And he plays Wadsworth in Clue.
I see that he also voiced Chancellor Palpatine, Darth Sidious in Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I didn't see the Clone Wars, actually. So maybe I'm not like an actual real Star Wars fan. So when I think of Tim Curry, yes, I think of Rocky Horror Picture Show, but that is not the character that comes up for me. My character is the Lord of Darkness from Legends that came out in 1985. That is my Tim Curry.
I didn't even know that was Tim Curry till I read the credits because of that makeup.
Oh, fantastic job.
How heavy do you think those horns were?
I'm sure they were like styrofoam and super light.
I hope so, because holy crap, they're huge. You think you might be overcompensating for something?
Well,
Did you ever
no.
notice? Do you ever notice the Satan in South Park looks a lot like Darkness?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
I was like,
So
such nerds.
I knew that was him early on because I have just loved that character. Now, if you know anything about that character, it's super lovey-dovey and so fantasy and stupid. I love the Lord of Darkness. I watched that movie for that character.
I would watch. I have not seen that movie in probably 2 decades. I would watch. We should watch that. That would be. I would be very. I actually took a date to that. When it came out, I saw it in the theater,
Yeah.
which nobody else did at the time, and you didn't because you were 6. Well, you might not be
Right.
6, but Lilith is 110 or something or the
That's
other.
right.
But it was
Like Tom Cruise is in that movie, and I didn't care about him. He was a pussy little bitch.
Well, he was. I
He
mean,
was.
He was just this guy. He just kind of was. Well, you're going up against. I mean, you're putting Tom Cruise at a young Tom Cruise. Now he's a fine actor. He really is. But
Right.
putting him up against Tim Curry, who knows how to do what he's going to do. Yeah, that movie had some issues thematically and
that was fine. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's adventure and fantasy and whatever, but
it's no
yeah,
Princess Bride, that's for sure.
Just the Lord of Darkness always did it for me back then. And at the very end of the movie, and this is one of my favorite parts of the movie, and I would love like a still picture to hang on my wall of it, but I don't know how that would translate. It's of him the very, very end, like even after the credits. It's a dark screen. You hear him laugh, and then it kind of lights up his face as he's laughing and kind of going back. Like I would love that still, but it's hard to find a still of that because then it goes dark really quickly after that. I would love to find a still of that because that I just have always loved that character.
You'd have to get a screen grab of it because I doubt there's.
Yeah.
If you'd have told me this 20 years ago at Comic-Con, I would have known who to ask, and where to ask, and how many people.
Now, who knows?
But I doubt there's that actual still, but.
Right. So I have no idea what that says about me.
I do. This is
that is my Tim Curry, the devil.
This is
Lord of Darkness.
Death's chosen daughter here. So I have that on good authority, by the way.
Anyway.
Well, that's a phenomenal role. You are not wrong. And surprisingly, it's very understated considering what it is. He's not that it's not over the top. Because the movie has its issues. As someone who saw it at 20 years old, geez.
Right. Of course.
But and I've seen it several. I've seen it several times, but it has been probably, 20. I would say 20 years, if they're not 30. I mean, but it's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
He is phenomenal in that role.
Tom Hanks.
Unless you know that's him, you are not going to know that's him.
No.
You can't even tell by the voice, by anything.
The prosthetics and makeup, but he's just proving he's a wonderful actor.
Absolutely.
Because Frank is over the top. I mean, he has to be. He's flamboyant because he's Omni. But
yes,
this is not that. I mean, and his other roles, are not that way. And it's just
right.
That's how words are failing me, but how good he is at adapting to whatever role
Yes.
the role needs, not what he thinks, what the people think he might
Right.
need to be. I mean, he didn't just say, "Oh, I'm going to be a Frankenfurter clone for the rest of my life." He could get away with that because he wasn't typecast. Oddly enough, I mean, he was
I know.
just so good.
He was that good that he broke out of any typecasts that could possibly be there.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, I mean, he had a lot to live up to the role, again, the role of a lifetime in Rocky Horror, but because he could put on makeup, he could be himself, grow facial hair, cut his hair.
Yep.
You wouldn't know that he was Frank. You wouldn't know he was Darkness. You wouldn't know he was Rooster, or Pennywise, because he's got makeup on and
Yeah.
and all that. And
that's one we haven't even touched on, is that he played Pennywise
the original one, because
in the original It.
Skarsgård was the second one.
Right. How would you even know?
Not under that I didn't know until
No.
horror is just not my thing, not my bag, baby. And,
I kind of like it.
well, I mean, I've seen several Stephen King things: Cat's Paw, Creepshow, Carrie.
Right.
What's the thing with the car? Christine. But I mean, but he's, I mean, he's just, there's just not much you could even say. I don't know. Nobody says bad things about him.
No.
You don't say, "Oh, he was in this scandal." No.
No.
I mean, he's just this regular guy. He's like the Keanu Reeves of Britain.
Yes.
He's a horticulturalist. I mean, plants. It's like being a periodontist. Here's your teeth. Here's floss.
Yeah. You're good. Yeah.
Although I don't see that he doesn't look like he's ever been married. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I don't see anything. Now, he just may be private that way.
Yeah, could be.
Personal life, major stroke.
I think that's the most personal thing that we've known about him, really, is he had a stroke and he worked to come back. And
yeah, he's working on a memoir, which I would probably be interested in reading.
Would be interesting. I would actually read that.
Okay, so my fellow agents, our fellow Hellions, that has been our discussion about Tim Curry, the wonderful and magical Tim Curry, who has a bit of the Fae in him, I would think 100%. I am X7. This is my partner in crime,
Lilith Draco.
We are signing off until our next assignment, adventure, and excursion. Live long and prosper.
Bye, live long and prosper.
I got beer.
I got bottled breast milk.
Why don't we start with the beer?
Okay.
So you like the beer?
I do. Although it's actually a lager.
Huh. What's the difference between beer and lager?
I don't know. We could look it up.